I'm Olivia Watson and welcome back to GCTV. Yearbooks are still on sale. See Miss O'Neill in room 4 for more information. DYW will be March 6th. Good luck to all of our ladies who are competing. Prom review will be held March 17th. Keep checking your school emails for more information on how to purchase tickets. Juniors and seniors, also continue to check your school emails for more information regarding prom. Junior Aaliyah Eubanks recently traveled to Jackson to showcase her Hereford cow in the Dixie Nationals Rodeo. Eubanks placed 3rd in beef breeding and 7th in showmanship. In the beef breeding portion of the competition, judges scored Eubanks' Hereford, Ellie, on her appearance. In the showmanship category, Eubanks was judged on her execution of the appearance. Eubanks has been around cows her entire life and began showing them at the young age of 8.
Well, I've grew up on a farm. We've always bred horses and everything, and my dad's always had cows, so I just kind of, it's just something I was expected to do,
Showing a cow entails raising a calf and ensuring that it is well fed, washed, and maintained before traveling to shows. Eubanks loves showing cows because it allows her to nurture her love of animals.
I love the camaraderie of everybody there at the shows and just spending time with animals. That's just what I like to do. I'm not a good people person, but animals is something I'm good at.
Eubanks recently had another calf born and is already gearing up for her last competition season before she ages out. Although this will be Eubanks' last year to compete, she plans on showing cows as long as she can. Congratulations, Aaliyah. Now let's go to Chandler to learn more about Mr. Pledger's sign language class.
GCHS students are now being offered American Sign Language as a class for the first time. In the United States, over 25 million people use American Sign Language daily. The instructor, David Pledger, believes that this class is beneficial for students' future endeavors.
It helps them as getting a job. They tend to pay 15% more on learning a second language. And American Sign Language is the 3rd most used language in America. It's used by 25 million Americans.
Pledger believes the students have developed very efficiently throughout the semester.
It came very natural to most of them. And being young is very easy to learn a second language.
The first thing that we learned in the class is that 25 billion Americans every day use sign language to some extent, whether it be their main or their secondary language or something of the sort. So because it's the 3rd most popular language in the United States, you have English and then Spanish and ASL. It's a really important language to learn. So
I feel like it'll benefit me because I'll get to help other people in the real world.
Pledger hopes to continue to introduce students to new sign language methods and expand their ASL education. Now back to Olivia.
Now let's go to stage for Rebel Rundown.
The GCHS track team has had a slow start to the season due to inclement weather. Coaches Terry Bradley and Consuelo Bourne are currently holding tryouts for the boys and girls track team. They are expecting the track team to be composed of around 25 to 40 athletes. The girls' first meet will be March 11th and the location is to be determined. The boys' first meet will be March 11th as well in West Harrison. According to Bradley, the boys' track team should likely excel in sprints this season.
It's our speed guys, Damon Lawrence, Trent Howell, Mojo Dart, so that's our strong suit. Those guys are returning runners.
Last year, both team seasons were cut short. This year, everyone is working to prevent another cancellation by following CDC guidelines.
We're just making sure that we're social distance, and being that this track is outdoor, the kids are doing very well. Just making sure they're staying apart and not getting too close, and we don't huddle up a lot. We talk to them in small groups based on their events that they will participate in.
Good luck to the track team in their upcoming season.
Thanks, Sage. The baseball and softball team season have just recently started up. With their seasons canceled last year due to the COVID-19 pandemic, many of the players never got to have their season. The softball team has a record of 0-1, while the baseball team has a record of 2-1. We caught up with freshman varsity player Gage Reeves to see what his hopes were for the upcoming season.
Hope we get to the playoffs and do good throughout that and maybe go to state.
We also caught up with freshman varsity softball player Gracie McGee and junior varsity softball player Gabby DeLuca to see what their goals for the team were.
My goal for the team is we all get better as we continue and everyone works their hardest, and I give it all I got and my team behind me gives it all they got.
I just hope for more experience because some of the varsity players this year that were JV, we didn't get much experience, but hopefully we're gaining more experience this year and just learning more.
The teams have been working and preparing for the season in many ways.
And we be working hard at practice because we building us through work. We do fundamentals and stuff like that. And we be doing good.
The baseball team will be in action at Greene County tonight and will travel to St. Martin tomorrow. The softball team will be traveling to Van Cleve tonight and will be back home playing Pearl River Central on Tuesday. We wish both the softball and baseball teams good luck throughout their season. Now let's pass it over to Grace and Kaylee for our poll of the week.
Grace, would you rather live 200 years in the past or 200 years in the future?
I would rather live 200 years in the past because of the ball gowns, masquerade balls, castles, and etc.
Wow, that really matches your personality. Now let's catch up with some of our students and staff this week with some Would You Rather questions, answers, and explanations. Would you rather be stuck on a deserted island or live in a city that's packed full of people?
I would rather live on a deserted island because I don't like people.
Would you rather listen to only Dolly Parton for the rest of your life or Kiss for the rest of your life?
Dolly Parton. Because Kiss is hideous.
Would you rather have a genie to make 3 wishes or be the richest person alive?
I would rather have a genie to make 3 wishes because after a certain amount of money, there's so many other things that you could do with your other wishes.
Would you rather fly or be invisible?
I would rather fly because I think it'd be weird to be invisible and stalk people.
Would you rather live without a heater in the winter or live without no air conditioner in the summer?
I'd rather live without a heater because you can put more clothes on, but you can't take more off.
Would you rather be permanently thirsty or permanently nauseous?
Permanently thirsty, because if you're throwing up all the time, you're like, ew, no. Definitely permanently thirsty.
Kaylee, would you rather forget the name of the person you're on a date with or call them by your ex's name?
I would rather forget the person's name because I wouldn't want to call him my ex's name because I wouldn't want to bring up the past. It's in the past for a reason.
That was intense. Okay, wow, those are some hardcore questions, but also some exceptional answers. Now let's take it back to Jade in the studio.
That's all we have for this week. I'm Olivia Waxman, and we'll see you next time on GCTV.